Hi, my name is Alissa Jones. It's a girl! I know, right? Crick thought it was a boy because of how long the umbilical cord was, but the doctor said, that's just the umbilical cord. You have yourself a girl. Mom, something weird happened at the doctor's office. No, nothing like that. Just listen, okay? I was holding the baby and the doctor came into the room and said, there's been a complication. We're not sure if your baby is a boy or a girl. No, Mom, just listen, okay? I said, wait, how is that possible? They said, well, it's sort of like a boy and a girl. We'll just do a little surgery. The baby never has to know. So they did a little surgery. Mom, I don't understand why they couldn't just leave it alone. It's beautiful. The baby. It's amazing, really, how good we are still, how we fulfill each other so fully, so fresh, each time. How you go from being with me, wash your dick, get in your car, and do with her what I cannot imagine myself imagining, or worse, go from her to my bed, to our bed, and do with me what I can imagine. That you can do these two things and not understand how it completely shatters the glass, how stop and forgiveness have nothing to do with it. How it destroys me and you. How I cannot admit it even though I know it, cannot deny it because I cannot admit it because it is outside of denying. You have brought me down to nothing, you goat fucker. You love of my life. You have brought me down to nothing. And I will bring you down with me. But it's dawn and dusk and midnight, trust me, lots of times caught in between. Lazy mornings, afternoons that burn until the world turns green. I could not compete with sky till you somehow made me try. And now I have been taking you, I've been pressing you into my page, thinking I have been breaking through walls I shouldn't still have at my age. But I'm shaken and affected to hear unexpectedly that for no apparent reason you love me. A month before my 16th birthday, I was diagnosed with juvenile diabetes. I still remember the fear as my father chucked his tester against the wall in defeat. As a type 1 diabetic, he could not deny what my blood sugar was telling him. When I returned to school, after I was released out of the hospital, I was met with sympathetic, plastic faces. People who tried to care but could never fully succeed. My teachers saw me as a liability. Their hyperactive attitude crushed against my calm, and the only thing that kept me in activities like show choir was my teacher's fear of a lawsuit. People pointed and laughed at the disease that held the power to kill me. People can be cruel. It didn't help that people kept confusing it with type 2 diabetes, which is a completely different disease. They made fun of it. One particular individual, an adult youth leader at my church, had the audacity to ask me, well, have you prayed to God to take it away? No, I didn't think about that at all. She turned around and said, "Don't you know Satan gave you your disease?" Who would have thought? Satan gave me my disease. Good job. Great leadership at a church there. I laugh about it, but that comment still haunts me. That someone thought that this disease that I held no control over was a punishment given to me by Satan. When it starts to wear on you, that's when you start to hide it. I started checking my blood sugar underneath my desk, taking my medicine in the bathroom, high and low blood sugars hidden from the public view. Don't ask, don't tell, don't show, don't be weak. This was my motto for years. Until one year, I decided to sign up and be a youth leader at the Vocation Bible School held at that same church. I was in charge of a group of 10-year-olds. One particular 10-year-old, you're not supposed to have favorites, but everyone does. She was skinny, had blonde hair. She was so quiet, so shy, but the sweetest person in the whole wide world. And yet every time it came for us to eat, she would pull the adult supervisor aside and they would leave for a few minutes and she'd come back and then she would eat. Shame, fear, hiding. These are all things that I'm very familiar with. I pulled her aside and I asked her, "Do you have type 1 diabetes?" As if preparing herself for war, she lifted up her head and said, "Yes, I do." I got down on her level and I looked her right in the eye and I said, "So do I. There is nothing to be ashamed of. If anyone says anything, they have to deal with me. You are not alone. I am more than my disease." That's what she taught me. That it's simply a part of who we are. And that's okay. You're not alone. No matter what you have, you're not alone. Chances are someone feels the exact same way that you do. And we shouldn't be ashamed of the things that we cannot control. That little girl taught me that. Thank you.